Hello, Aquarius. Thank you for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm going to use the Thelma Tarot. That's one side of the box. There's the other side. The deck is by Renata Lechner. For the supportive oracle cards, the magical spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Okay. Now, relationship first, single second. Why are we pointing here like that? That's weird. I don't know if this might be a card coming out later, I'm not sure, but we'll see. This one's like, see, that's like, well, maybe we'll have one coming out from that one too. I don't know. Because like it's almost like a card slightly pulling out but doesn't want to come out. So we'll see. Maybe it's going to be one of those situations where if I don't say what I need to say, they'll pull in some more cards just to make sure I spit it out. I have a feeling that's how that's going to go. All right, so what are we starting with here? This is you. This is you. And I'm getting what's starting the situation. You got a lot of sword energy here starting it off. You got the King of Swords is what I feel like that's you. And then the Ace of Swords is your challenge. And I know the Joy card is here too. Like, alright, so what you want to do, because you already know what you want to do. The thing is, you want to do it with as much upbeat energy as possible. Make sure you got as much fun in this situation as possible when you push it forward to your partner. I feel like that might seem out of place, but they're saying it is important. Whatever the situation is, try to make it as upbeat and add in anything that you can think to add in some fun. I almost feel like this is weird, but I feel like for some of you, this is, for example, like you have to take somebody to a doctor's appointment or maybe some type of treatment, something like that. I feel like that's for some of you. And you got the King of Swords with the Ace of Swords, like you're actively making this happen. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. The Joy, I'm feeling like, for example, if you have to take somebody to a treatment, something you can do is making it less of a burden, like maybe, if possible, like going to lunch first, if possible. Of course, maybe sometimes, in some situations, that's not a thing. Or maybe somehow adding in some type of fun to the situation, like either before or after, like maybe going to see a show, if that's possible, or doing something like maybe seeing a matinee. If it's something afterwards, maybe like hanging out and having just time where the two of you watch a movie together or do something together that makes you happy. Just add into this event something that you can do with your partner, because I feel like it's with your partner that makes it more fun. It's something to look forward to about the situation, because I feel like the situation as a whole is not really fun. But if you add something in, or you put something in there to make it more of a something to look forward to rather than something to like dread. Because I'm getting that makes this a lot better for your partner and for you. Like, it's good for both of you. Is that what we want to say? Okay. Now, your partner, I'm getting this other thing that pops into that, because if that goes well, like the situation itself, I feel like your partner kind of wants to, I don't want to say ignore, but they don't want to think about it too much. I feel like they just don't want to think about it too much. It's not that they want to ignore it. I don't feel like that's the right way to put this. But they don't want to think about it more than they really have to at the moment. They will, if you push it, they will. I feel like they will. and they'll again give it honest thought, but they don't want to give it any more they don't want to give it any more attention than they have to right now. I feel like it makes them very nervous. Whatever the situation, because it doesn't have to be that medical thing I pulled in, but something along those lines. It feels like, in the sense of like, it doesn't feel like it's something either of you really like, but it's something that has to be done, and I just feel like they don't want to think about it any more than they have to. I'm getting, they're kind of going along the sense of like, they want you to be happy, they want to get along with you, they have this safe home protection here, like this situation with you, they want to be able to go home with you afterwards and just get along. They don't want anything to pop up, like any controversy with the situation. They just want to be comfortable in your presence and be around you and feel comfortable around you. And they want to they want to disconnect from the actual situation itself. Now, I'm getting here as it goes forward for them. Whatever it is going, whatever this situation is, I feel like they're getting more comfortable and they're just kind of cocooning a little bit, in the sense of like they want to just enjoy more time with you, and they seem to be trying to move towards that more, just enjoying time with you. And I'm getting you, on the other hand, I feel like you're allowing this. You're looking at the situation like there's more to be handled here. This isn't over. You still have to handle some more things, whatever that might be. But you're putting down the one sword in the sense of like you're letting them have this moment. You're letting them have as much comfort as you can afford them to have. I feel like you are allowing it as much as you feel like you can afford them to, but you seem to be the one that's kind of like shouldering the burden at the moment. Just like you're making sure you keep your eye on what you need to keep your eye on, and you're letting them have that comforting moment as much as you can allow them to, without things becoming a problem. Good? Okay. Now, I do want to also say here, your partner is very heavily invested in the whole situation. They're not skirting any responsibilities, because I don't feel like that's what's happening. I feel like they're kind of settling in and hunkering down for the storm, because they're worried there's going to be a storm. It's not, I don't feel like it's definite that that's what's going to happen, but they're worried that there might be a storm coming towards them, and they're stabilizing themselves. They're kind of bracing themselves, enjoying what they can now, and just getting ready for it. Good? Now, I do have to, even though they're having this moment of comfort, they're trying to cocoon a little bit, I still feel like your partner is definitely feeling the stress of this. They're definitely feeling the stress of it. I just don't feel like they're communicating it as much at the moment. I don't feel like they're really able to escape it as much as they'd like to at the moment, because they are not ignoring it. I feel like that's important to reiterate. They're not. But they're trying to just kind of breathe a little bit and just relax a bit from it. I just don't feel like it's working as much as they'd like it to, which is another reason I feel like you're letting them have this moment as much as you can. Your spiritual spot is the Three of Wands. You're looking to take action and make some progress on this. That's what I'm getting from this card. I just feel like you're waiting to make this progress, but you are, I shouldn't say you're waiting. I don't know if that's fair. You're letting them kind of have their moment and kind of cocoon. I still feel like you're still moving forward, and it's when they need to move forward, you will let them know, and you'll get them involved and keep them involved where necessary. But I feel like you're the one that's actively moving forward. And I feel like that's why you have this in your spiritual sense with the Three of Wands, is like I feel like you're the one actually moving things forward. Okay. Now, this is still going forward. The challenge card, I feel like, for your partner, because the challenge card for you is to bring more joy into it. I feel like that was really the challenge for you. Farrell, calm down. Farrell. It's probably just that the other dog is in his spot, and he's happy about that, if you're wondering. So nothing's really bad. It's just Chloe's probably in his spot, and he's probably upset with her about that. After this reading, I'll go take care of that. All right. Your partner's challenge card is the Strength card. I'm feeling like the cocooning might not. I don't feel like that cocooning is working. I feel like talking things out with you would be better. So I do see, like, yeah, a little bit of that is okay, but I feel like the two of you need to be together. Like, if they want to watch a movie or something, or to get out of this situation, sorry about the dog, that is okay to a point, but I feel like them talking with you would really strengthen them and help them deal with this in a better sense. Like, talking with you would be better for them. I feel like that would be better for them. And even though I feel like you're going to allow them to have that cocooning moment, in truth, them hashing it out with you a little more would honestly make the situation better for them, because they could vent it out a little more. They could feel a little more safe and secure with things they see coming toward them. Because talking it out with you, I feel like, would remove some fear, because you would bring in some more information that you've seen, that you know, and just talk it out and bring it to a level to where it's a little bit more stable, to where they know what to expect a little better. I feel like they're just afraid to find answers at this point. They're afraid of what the answers are, whatever the situation is. Is that true? Okay. But it strengthens them to talk with you more and just to hash it out. Now, I see that that would strengthen it for them. But for you, whatever the situation is, you're actually stuck in this spot where you can't, like, you're actively moving it forward, I get that, but you can't resolve it at this point. You can't see where it's going just yet. That's your Hanged Man. Even though the situation's moving forward, resolution is not in sight. Completion is not in sight. And that's why you're in this Hanged Man position, because if you knew what to kind of expect going forward, it would change things. But you're kind of feeling at this point of stasis, even though you have movement, because you don't know how long it's going to be in this. You don't know how long it's going to be in the state it's currently in. Okay. Now, what makes things better? I feel like I'm reiterating something I've already said here. I'm realizing my shirt's peeking out there. It's kind of weird. With your partner, it's the King of Cups for your partner. Don't get caught up in the gender, of course, in the general read. But the reason this makes things better, them talking with you, them emotionally connecting with you, talking this out with you, that's going to make them feel a lot better. But I feel like that's good for you too. Definitely good for you too. Feeling that love, feeling that connection, it's really good for them, but it's also good for you. It will make things a lot easier for them. They'll get a lot of strength out of it. Yeah, there's going to be things said that maybe not so easy. People might get upset. Like, between the two of you, somebody might really have like a moment of upset, whatever that means. Upset, I feel like, is kind of a variable in what that is for your relationship. But it's going to produce a very close, I don't want to say close bond, because I feel like that's already there. I'm getting like just feeling more secure and just not feeling so alone in this situation, because I feel like the cocooning on their own is making them feel alone, and they're trying to avoid, but they're still not ignoring it, but they're just trying to, like, not think about it as much as they maybe need to, because I feel like if they talk it out with you, it makes it easier for them. Yeah, they might have a moment where they're very upset, but that's venting it out. That might be for the best. For you, what makes things better, and I feel like you can handle this, but I'm getting like they might have like a minute where they kind of have a blow-up moment. Is this what that card? Because I'm getting like a blow-up moment, possibly, that you might have to deal with. I don't feel like you shy away from that, though. I don't feel like that's something you haven't dealt with this person before, your partner. But it helps you just to handle it and let it happen. I feel like that may be one of the reasons you're letting them kind of cocoon, because you're knowing that if you do push it, they might have a blow up. They kind of need to do that, though. They need to vent it out. Because I feel like it's just verbal. I don't feel like it's going to go into anything worse than that. But once it's out and it's freed, I feel like that's where they feel like, I don't know, information has come. I'm not getting like it's a blowing up at you. I feel like they're just upset about the situation. So I don't feel like they're blowing up at you. I feel like they're blowing up about the situation. I feel like you can handle this. I don't feel like this is a problem in that sense. But what makes it better is for you to see them actually have this moment. Are you having it? They're having it. And the reason it's better for you to see them having this is because you're knowing, like, it's letting them vent it out, but you're also seeing like where they actually stand. It's helping you know what you need to do and how you need to handle this part. Good? Good. Are we done? Alright. I think we kind of solved, went through all we were going to go through for the relationship set. Okay. Let's do Aquarius single. That one seemed kind of heavy. That really did. And it doesn't really have like a final resolution about what's going to happen in the sense of like good or bad with the situation itself, but I do feel like it's giving you a solid standing if that reading is resonating with you and like what would make things better. That's what I kind of feel from that. Let's go into Aquarius singles. Messages for Aquarian singles. What do we have for empowering information for Aquarian singles? Information that'll let them know what's happening and help them find empowering ways to handle things, to move things in the direction that they want to go. Aquarian singles. Messages for Aquarian singles. It's the moon upside down. I'm not sure if we're going to keep that. That seems to be like, the moon upside down is usually like hidden things coming to light. So let's see if that's true for this. Aquarian singles. Alright. He's sitting in front of the heater now. I think he's going to be okay for a minute. I'm pretty sure the other dog took his spot and he's upset about it, but he'll be okay. It's kind of like, that's my spot. You can't have my spot. Isn't that like Sheldon on, is this, yeah, okay. Sheldon on, what's that show? Big Bang Theory? It's my spot. I feel like that's my dog. He's like, that's my spot. Give me my spot. Should have named him Sheldon. Alright, Aquarian single. Let's center on this. Good. I'm getting this is where you're standing. The 5 of Cups. Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles. You want more from this person. Somebody's there. I feel like there's somebody else here you're interested in, but they seem to be holding all the cards. They seem to be holding everything in the sense of like how close you can come, when you can do it. Like they seem to be very much in the spot of control. And I feel like it's because of how much you're interested in this person. That's the reason they have that much control. At the top, you have the 7 of Pentacles. Like, you feel like this is about to happen, but you're just, like, not sure how much longer. He's really upset with her for taking his spot. Farrell, come here. Farrell. So you're wondering how much longer, sorry, before this actually comes forward, and you're feeling like it will happen. Farrell! Come on! And again, like, you got the Sun card in your thoughts. You have a lot of feelings for this person. You want this to happen. You alright, buddy? Give me a minute. Let me finish this and I'll come help you, okay? I know, your spot, right? Yeah. Your spot. It's my spot. My spot. She take my spot. I don't like it. It's always my spot. It's not fair. She has her own spot. I know. Sit down, Buzz. Sit down? No? You took my spot, Dad. I don't like it. Alright. Sorry about that. Alright, so you have a lot of feelings for this person. I almost feel like you're already invested in this person. And I feel like, when I'm looking at the past with this situation with the Strength card, like, you've been keeping yourself at bay about the situation. You haven't been overly pressuring this person. You've been doing what you feel is right. But, like, I feel like this is a situation where it's, like, almost like a casually dating situation. And the other person's like, no, I don't want to be in a relationship. Not yet. No, I'm not ready yet. No. But they're, like, saying, well, I'm not saying I'll never do it. I'm just not ready right now. And I feel like you're holding on because of how strongly you feel for this person. Again, I'm getting all the cards are in this other person's court. Like, they have all the control is what I'm feeling here. And you're waiting for them to move forward. I also see at the bottom, you have the Fool card. You're very optimistic that if you just hold on long enough, this will go to the direction you want it to. Okay. Now, in the center, what is happening? I feel like these kind of come in together because you got the Three of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles. I'm getting this person is kind of like throwing you a bone a little bit. And I feel like are they doing the exclusively dating thing? No. What are they doing? I almost feel like there's almost like one night a week or something that you're seeing them every week or something like that, where there's something you're doing together and it's kind of like repetitious. So it feels like a step up is what I'm getting. And it feels like this is something you know is going to happen for a while to come. Because I feel like it's like there's a repetitious feel here. Not connecting with what exactly it is. It feels like it could go a few different ways. Like dinner once a week at a certain time. I'm literally getting bowling, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. I haven't bowled in years. But almost like a bowling league thing? Is that a thing? Is that still a thing? I don't know if people still do that. I'm assuming they do. Maybe, I know at some bars around here in New York, there's one night a week that people get together to like play darts. Like it's like they have these little teams things. I'm getting there's something though. Like you're doing it like Ethan, like if it's like maybe every Tuesday night you go out to a movie or something like that. I feel like this person is offering this to you and you're taking it. It feels like a level up, but it's not a commitment. Is that true? Okay. There's some sort of level up here, whatever that means for you. Now, this is really... Alright, I'm seeing where this is going. You're going along with this in the future, but I feel like you're getting fed up with it. I feel like this other person is kind of liking the control. See, this is what's interesting. This is in the future. And I feel like you're soon to figure out what's going on here. This isn't the best, and this isn't you that I'm thinking is the devil card. I'm feeling it's the other person. They're liking the control. I feel like they like the control, and they're getting a little... Because I'm getting at this point in the future, they're ready to move forward. They're ready to move forward. I feel like they're not telling you, but they seem to be exclusively interested in you, and they're not seeing other people. They're just expecting you're going to do the same. And it seems like you probably are, because you know what direction you're going in. At this point, you have eyes for just this person, so it feels like, at the very least, you should realize that this person is definitely in your court. They're going your direction. I feel like they're a little bit too used to the control, and they don't want to give it up. So they're kind of keeping you on that string still because they're enjoying the control. And they're feeling like, if I don't want to go forward yet, I don't have to. I'm kind of enjoying this moment. But the devil card is saying, this is past its due. This is really old. This is getting really old really fast. Like, they need to knock it off. They need to knock it off. Because I also see organization after this, in the sense of like this. I feel like you're coming forward to this person, and you're like getting right down to the nitty gritty. You're like, all right, this is what you're doing, and I see you doing this. This is what I'm doing. We're clearly going the same direction. So are you into this or not? Because I feel like that's kind of like, I feel like you're starting this conversation like, I feel like you're recognizing it for what it is what I see here. You're calling this person out because they have two cards here. They have the Magician and the Magical Powers, which in this deck for the magical spell cards, the Magical Powers to me is very reminiscent of the Magician card. It's pretty much the same feel to me. In which they're calling the shots, they're creating it the way they want it to be. But I feel like the devil is saying, you know, you're pushing your luck. You're going. This person here is pushing their luck. They've gone a little bit too far. The Harmony card is telling me you're getting along with them, but you're recognizing it for what it is. That's what I'm seeing. And then that you're having this conversation afterwards, like, all right, come on, like enough is enough. The Harmony with the devil, though, is I feel like you're trying to get along with the devil. You're seeing what they're doing. You don't want to cause waves about it because you don't want to turn them off to you, but you go along with this one situation, but afterwards you're like, all right, listen. Listen. We both know how we feel about each other. That's enough of this ridiculousness. A little bit of cold thing there. Sorry about that. Anything else with this? That. They want to go to that. I've touched on everything but the last part. Alright, so I feel like you're calling this, not really calling them out, but you're having this talk. You're having this talk, and you're saying, come on, knock it off. Stop playing games. You know you want to be with me. You know I want to be with you. Let's stop fooling around like this. Come on. Now, at the end here, you have the High Priestess with the True Love Come to Me. This is telling me, after this conversation, you're not accepting it for they might have the control whether they see you or not, and they're kind of pulling that string. But I feel like you're kind of like you're calling the hand, like if it's poker, you're calling the hand. I don't play poker, to be honest with you, but like you're is it ante up? I think it's anteing up. The High Priestess is telling me you're looking at this situation for the good and for the bad of it. You're not. The bad of it is you're sick of the game. Like you're sick of the manipulation. You saw it for what it was. The good of it is like it's time to either put up or shut up. And I feel like you're anteing up. You're calling their bluff, whatever that is. And the True Love Come to Me is like you're saying, listen, I'm done with the games. Do you want to be with me or not? Because if you don't, I'm done. I feel like I literally feel like you're calling their bluff. You're like, all right, that's enough of the BS. Are we doing this or not? Because you're at this point, I know you can, and I'm seeing that you want to. I'm not going to play the games anymore. I'm finished with the games. And the True Love Come to Me is I'm feeling you're getting what you want. Because you're calling them on their bluff, and you're just like, that's enough. That's enough. It's weird because I feel like you want to be more annoyed, but you're very favorable towards this person. So you're like, all right, you had your fun, but that's enough of that. True? Okay. So I do feel it's going your way. I kind of feel like that's how we're ending this out. We're done. Okay. I'm going to wrap that up there, so thank you for watching. Of course, if you'd like a direct reading from me, go ahead and shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.